In this video tutorial, we're going to look at increasing the authority and trust of your membership profiles and authorship profiles on various forums. In this specific tutorial, we'll use Black Hat World, but you can obviously apply this to different areas and different niches. So the most important thing that you want to do is register your account and get it verified. Then start filling out your member profile. Please note that each site is going to do things a little bit differently. The most important thing you want to get in is a link to your website or your social profile. Most forums are going to allow you to have this link here to like your website and then also a signature link. Oftentimes, though, you're going to have to be a member for a certain number of days or get a certain number of posts before you're able to add some of these fields. So in this instance, I was curious, how long does it take Black Hat World? And what we'll see by scrolling through this is that you need approximately 30 days and 50 quality posts. We're going to also keep scrolling and look at some practices you should not do. So this thread is 3 years old. Why are you bumping it back up? So what we don't want to do is start bumping old threads in order to get our post count up. We also don't want to leave weak posts that just say something like thank you or that was a great post, as that doesn't add any value to the community. So looking at this, I also made sure to fill out my biography or my About Me section. And so I wrote, Jacob Hagberg has been a Black Hat World contributor since 2010. Ask him why the best Black Hat SEOs surprisingly make the best White Hat SEOs, and you'll get an answer you might not expect. And why did I write something like this? Well, from a reputation management standpoint, there's a good chance that this profile is going to rank for my name, Jacob Hagberg. And if one of my prospective clients is coming through this, they might be wondering, well, why is this guy in Black Hat World? And so what I've done is I've put out a little, I've created some intrigue and some mystery for them to figure out, why, are some of the best Black Hat SEOs some of the best White Hat ones. I've also included my location, city, state, and country. Since this is an international forum, I included the country specific, and this also tells other people what time zone you're in and what they can expect for responses from you when you're interacting with them. The next thing you want to do is then to be sure to save your updates. So over the course of the next month, I'm going to be going through and trying to find posts that I can contribute to and also places that I can like. So let's go out to the general forum and see where I can contribute. So a good place to potentially start is the Black Hat SEO forum. What I'm going to do is look for a post that I think is potentially going to get a lot of interaction from people. And what I also want to do is, in general, make sure that I'm on the first page of replies. So generally for me, something like this, I may be a little bit too late to the party on. I'm also looking for something that's maybe a question, because that might rank well in Google when somebody searches for it at a later date. For example, I just searched to find information about the signature link on Black Hat World. All right, so I found a post that I like, Link Building Reality, Stop Chasing What You Think is Gold. It's got a few replies to it. And let's just take a look at this. I think this is also a title that could potentially rank. Maybe this thread could also get some legs. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually read through the post. And we can see that this is potentially some sort of rant here. And then some solutions. So I like this. It's got reasonable length to the post and the content. All right, so I like this one. This kind of falls with my white hat alignment for the concept of this video. And got the Better Business Bureau. And so now I'm going to add my 2 cents about this. And so let's go ahead and make a reply. And this is where you definitely have to have some experience, but we can see that this is getting some good traction here. So let's go ahead and reply to the thread. Apparently I need to accept the Black Hat World Terms of Service agreements. Okay. So what most people don't actually know about the Better Business Bureau is that you can actually be a part of it or be listed in it for free, and you get a no-follow link to your website, which is still passing some domain authority to your site. When you actually pay to be listed, the approximately, as the original poster noted, that's sometimes noted as OP, he said about $420. We'll assume that that's accurate. I've typed out a comment tip. You can also get a no-follow link on the Better Business Bureau website that will still give your website some credibility. When you do pay to be a member, that link becomes do follow. Obviously, I could go further and expand and create a tutorial and add images to show how exactly you can acquire that link. But I think most people are competent enough that they could go to the BBB website and look this up. So I'm going to go ahead and post by hitting Submit Reply. And what we can see is that my post is now live here. There's no manual approval. My first post. And this looks to be formatted correctly in what we want. Now what I want to start doing is acquiring signature links, but I don't have those available yet. So what am I also going to do? I now have an internal link going from this page to my profile, which is building up the authority of my profile. I'm also going to go way up here, and I'm going to thank this post. And so now my name has appeared here, and this is also a link going to my profile. And just to be clear, these are both no-follow links, and even though they are no-follow, Google is going to index them, and it's still going to pass some version of page authority and also some trust to the page, just from the internal linking structure. What I'm going to do is repeat this process 50 times over the next 30 days, so that way I can get my signature link. I also want to make sure that I record this post URL so I've got it for later. The best way to do this is just via an Excel spreadsheet. I'm saving this spreadsheet because I want to keep a list of all the places that I've got internal links, and I'm also going to want to get these pages recrawled once I get my signature link live. And again, just to reiterate, the main purpose of doing all this is to boost the authority of our profile in order to increase the effectiveness and strength of this do follow link. So let's look at a couple of other member profiles. So we've got this member here, and this profile has a page authority of 23 and domain authority of 56. When we look at a trustful level, we see trustful 5 and citation flow 5. And when we look at the incoming links, what we can see is a lot of this is coming from page to RSS, which is pretty common, and I see this on a lot of forums. Let's look at another profile from this active user here. Again, we've got a page authority 22 and domain authority 56. And I looked across a number of members, and what we can see is a pretty similar page authority, just kind of for having some activity. People that have no activity have a page authority of 1, typically because Moz hasn't found it. When we look at this user, we see a trustful of 3 and citation flow of 4 for this specific URL. Again, we've got this page to RSS. This is a no-follow link coming from this site, and so that means it's not passing the trust flow to this profile, from what I understand. That means most of this trust and citation flow is coming from internal link structure. Let's just go out and let's create this page here for my profile. And now I've got something like this. Let's just see if this does anything for the website. Again, here's that no-follow link going back. And I'll also record this URL here as an external link versus these ones here being internal. And just so you can understand what should we potentially expect as the max from a profile, well, taking a look at Damien here, the owner of Black Hat World, you can see that he's got a page authority of 32. case you're wondering, I've got a plugin here that's showing me all the nofollow links on the website. What's interesting about a lot of forums is you've got an option to friend people. And sometimes people have to accept a request, sometimes it's just automatic. And so what we can see here is we've got a list of Damien's friends, and I want to be Damien's friend, so maybe he'll accept me. Are you sure you want to be Damien's friend? Yes. Also send a friend request to him? Yes. And so now Damien is going to approve this. And eventually what I'm going to get is a link from his profile to mine, which is going to pass some of the authority from his profile to mine. So as soon as Damien approves me, and we're now friends, so show up here, and then I'm going to record the URL of where I am on his friends list so I can also submit that to be crawled at a later date.